Hello and welcome back to HobTech Cars. Today I'm going to be changing the door actuator on my Toyota Celica Gen7. So here is my actuator. It came from China. I'll put the link into the description. This is what I get. This is the door actuator. Now all that remains is to put it into the passenger door on this car. So starting off, I'm going to want to remove some bolts and some screws. These Torx here, you can use a flathead screwdriver either. I'm going to remove these. I'm going to remove, there's a screw in here behind this plastic covering. I'll show you how to take that out. These two are going to pop out. These are protectors. There's screws underneath. I think they're 8mm bolt underneath. And there's one other one here. And I think you can get them with a Phillips head. You can just see them there. You just want to make sure that you don't forget these two little 6mm bolts on the bottom. As with all electrical work on a car, I recommend disconnecting the battery first just to be safe, that you don't blow fuses or damage electrical components or anything like that. I'm going to use my plastic trim removal tool to take out these guys here, so bear with me. There's one gone. So I've just loosened these screws here. One, the one underneath. Now I've popped that out. That's the piece that pops out there. Let's get that screw. That's good. Next, at the bottom of the door card, I'm just going to take out that screw. Okay, when you're removing the door card as well, you just want to make sure that you don't forget these two little 6mm bolts on the bottom of the door. Right, so now that's all the screws taken out. Okay, so I have all the screws off. I've taken the triangle off the wing mirror here. It's just a blanking panel. So as with all Toyotas, I want to lift up and out on the door card. Just give it a bit of a wiggle. Something fell, probably something that's there from when the car was in Japan. There's money falling out. Oh my God, there's more money falling out. Exciting times, eh? Let's get this guy out. Aha! Success. Now. Okay, so now you should have something that looks a little like this. So first things we want to do is disconnect these two cables here, and it's going to be hard to show you to do that. I'll do my best. So I popped out one of these little ball joints from there, and now I'm going to do the same with this one. I'm going to pull this black piece here at my thumb towards me. You know, it's times like this I wish I had a camera person. Now I'm released, and I'm going to push that ball joint out. Whoa. Okay, ball joint out. Welcome back to the cabin of the Celica. This is what my door looks like. Just wanted to show you this. So I'm in. See, this lock here is open. The other side would be the same. But you see, I pressed the lock button here. Voila, this is locked. Problem is, I'm going to press this again. Watch the locking ball. Nothing. Zilch. So that is why I am fixing the actuator here today. I quite like the door like this. Weight reduction, bro. Useful hint when working on anything got to do with locking and doors on a car. Bring the bloody keys with you. I've had a few hours before where I've left keys in the car and I've locked down the system, and then my keys are stuck in the car. Next step, I'm just going to pull these wires through the sheeting. Right, now I just need to put my actuator in here. There we go. And I am so glad that I ordered the right one, because like a lot of things in the world, it's American centric. So a lot of websites said driver side. Of course, a lot of the world right-hand drive cars. It's a Japanese import car. So I'm delighted that I ordered the right one. So you just want to pop these two out. Remember which is which and which went where. One is black, one is white. Don't break this. I've seen a few people on YouTube break this. It's like all things, you could brute force it, but give it the delicate touch, like so. Okay, so there's two latches I need to remove at this point. I'm gonna try and get my pointing stick in here. You see the yellow? He's hidden behind kind of this piece of brass, but there's a yellow clip there with a gray piece of steel. I'm gonna pop that out. And next, okay, and it's hard to squeeze my phone in here, but you see this is the other yellow clip up here with attached to this long kind of coppery brass piece of pipe. I'm going to disconnect that. Here's our collections. Coca-Cola cap, rare JDM collectible, I'm sure. An old Irish penny, I think, 1982. And an old Irish penny, 1978. Okay, at this point you need to remove these two clips. There's one here in the back at yellow, and you need to pull him up towards the sky essentially. That little dark mustardy yellow lever. And the other one down here, which is kind of hidden behind this copper bar, you want to pull that one towards the steering wheel. Okay, I want to show you what I just did there. Get in there, camera. Oh yes. This guy, he popped out of that yellow socket. So you see, I pulled him towards the steering wheel in the car. I just need to do the next one. So now, I want to do the same with here, the silver one. Might be able to even video it. Okay, done. Two of them out. Right, so I want to take out the whole thing now. So I'm just going to unclip the harness bolt retainer here. Alrighty, we're getting there. Want to remove a 10mm bolt up here and 10mm bolt down here. Do you remember I mentioned these torque screws? These three, we're going to remove these now. Okay, the torque screws are removed. Now let's pull out the mechanism. Okay. See, there's an electrical disconnection. I see it. The clip's on. Done. Oh, now, hang on a minute, I have an idea. If I have the loom here and I have my actuator, if I click it in and I press the lock button, I should see it working, proving my theory that this is the door actuator. Right, moment of truth. I'm going to press the central locking button. Oh, it works! Alive! It's alive! Now, that's the door actuator mechanism out. So what we want to do next, this kind of white plasticky bit, is what the actual door actuator is. And I want to remove it from this whole assembly. It's a good point for a break, I think, and a cup of tea. Okay, a cup of tea in hand. Let's tackle the actuator. So there's 4 little screws that I need to remove on this. I'll do my best to identify them here with you. There's one here, one here, one here, And I think there's one on the other side. There it is. There's the 4 to remove. Now with the screws taken off, the actuator looks like this. And the white piece of plastic comes off with the small screw. So now I'm going to wiggle this mechanism out. It's like a Z shape, so I can just wiggle the whole actuator off it. And I've seen in other videos people have had problem with this here, so I'm just bearing in mind to keep that distance when I reassemble the actuator. Looks like it's about an inch, I would say, so keep that in mind. Right, so I have essentially taken off the old one and put the new one in. So old and new. Make note, I've left about an inch there between the mechanism and the connection point. Make sure, it's hard to show, that this white clip where my thumb is, not a clip, more of a holder, there's a little ball socket on the end of that, and you have to make sure it's connected correctly. So if I move this lever here, you see the way the arm is moving with it. If I didn't connect that up, I would imagine when I use the door handle, the door wouldn't open. So important to do that at this point. So I'm just going to put those screws back in. Okay, important note, when reassembling, make sure that the silver guy comes out the bottom one and the gold guy comes out of the top. There's 2 gaps in the plastic. Okay, so I have the whole assembly connected in, and there is my door actuator. So if I actually hop into the car and press the central locking button, now you're going to see this guy be able to move. Haha, in, out. And again, take note of that inch gap that I left on the actuator side, and now I have an inch gap this side, so this should be fine. So now I just need to reassemble it and put it all back together into the car. Fun times. Right, now I'm going to put the assembly back into the door, so it's essentially the opposite of what I've done all along. And now I'm just going to connect those little hooks back into the door handle mechanism, and then I'm going to put the little yellow and orange covers back onto the pipe then as well. Okay, so the 2 of those little cables are clicked back into the door handle on the inside. I'll see if I can show you. There's one, and the other one's higher up. There's 2. So the next step then is just to put all this plastic back together. Now is a good point to click these cables back in. So your white one goes onto the bottom and your black one goes onto the top here. And now we just pop these ball joints back into our door cards. Okay, so I'm just going to prove this works. The door card is back on. I didn't really show that because it's essentially the exact same as what I did in the start of the video, just in reverse. So press the central lock-in. Hey, perfect. And just there's the driver's side. So no more reaching across to lock the door. That's how you fix a actuator for a door on a Toyota Celica. So that's it. Thanks a million for watching. I hope this video was useful. If you enjoyed it, please do like and comment and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching Hot Tech Cars. Take care. Till next time. Bye bye.